League of Legends, in short just LoL, is an online computer game. It's a 3D, third-person multiplayer online battle arena game. It was created based on the Defense of Ancients modification to Warcraft 3 The Frozen Throne, developed by Riot Games and initially released only for Windows. It was announced on October 7, 2008 and released on October 27, 2009. Each player in a match controls a single champion. In the default game mode, Summoner's Rift, two teams of 5 champions are pitted against each other with the ultimate goal of destroying the opposing team's nexus, which is guarded by 3 lanes of towers. The catch is that at the start of the match, your champion is only level 1 with no items to back up for his or her quest for victory. To power up to a level sufficient enough to take on the enemy's base, a champion must first focus on killing AI-controlled minions for gold and experience. This gold can be spent through the match to buy in-game items that further augment each champion's abilities and gameplay in a variety of ways. Champion experience, gold earned, and items bought by are specific to each match and do not carry over to subsequent matches. There are currently 139 champions in League of Legends as of December 26, 2017. League divides its champions type of a number of ways. The most salient difference is that the type of damage a champion deals. Some champions deal largely physical damage, AD, which is resisted by their armor stat, and other champions deal largely magic damage, AP, which is resisted by the magic resistance stat. Some champions deal a combination of both and can choose to emphasize. And some rare abilities deal true damage, which is not mitigatable by either armor or magic resistance. Riot Games has classified all champions as one of 6 types to 8 beginners. Not all champions perfectly fit their type, of course. The official Riot classification are the follows. Marksmen, also known as AD carries, are ranged champions that usually deal physical damage. These champions are usually high DPS rather than burst. They focus on sustained long-range damage and are usually the best at destroying objectives like enemy turrets or enemy drakes. They tend to have weak defense though. Examples of marksmen are Ashe, Caitlyn, Miss Fortune, and Varus. Mages, sometimes known as AP carries, are champions with powerful magic damage skills and support skills, but weak defense and low mobility. Mages are the first set of champions. Some emphasize killing single champions from range very quickly. Some specialize in area of effect damage to multiply targets. Some specialize in immerse range to attack enemies safely from afar. Examples of mage are Karthus, Lissandra, Lux, and Swain. Assassins are the champions who specializes in killing another champion as fast as possible, usually within melee range. These champions tend to go after the enemy's AD or AP carry, or other squishy champions, but tend to have weak defenses themselves if caught. They are distinguished in having excellent mobility, which allows them to reach and strike at priority targets. Examples of assassins are Diana, Fizz, Katarina, and Zed. Fighter champions that blend the attributes of damage dealer and tank, combining moderate survivability with damage. A common designation for close-range melee fighters, since they need to be able to survive long enough to close in on their target. Examples of fighters are Jax, Elise, Rek'Sai, and Wukong. Tank champions who are hard to kill and soak up damage for their team. In exchange, they usually deal less damage, but can compensate with useful crowd control abilities to distract or disable enemies, or force enemies to fight through them first before they can reach the carries. Examples of tanks are Malphite, Sejuani, Rammus, and Zac. Support champions whose skills are meant to directly aid the rest of the team by providing heal, buffing allies, debuffing the enemy team, or combination of the above. Support champions are often paired with another champion in the clearly laying phase of the game where the support doesn't attack minions, but instead focuses on aiding their partner and harassing the enemy champions. Supports are also expected to pay the most attention to the map as whole, placing wards, which are ground vision, and watching for surprise enemy moves. Examples of supports are Alistar, Nami, Soraka, and Taric. Riot has worked to ensure that new players don't immediately mix with veterans. League of Legends requires new players to reach level 3 by playing tutorial matches and corporate matches versus the AI, before being allowed to queue in the matching. If you are a complete novice, however, it's the best to avoid facing other humans until you are certain you understand the basics of the game. To keep you invested in the game, Riot allows you to unlock champions permanently using Blue Essence points, earned by playing matches in the game, or Riot points, purchased with real money. Riot points can be also spent on boosts to increase BE gain, but the most common reason you may end by purchasing RP is to unlock skins. Also, unlocking at summoner level 30 is the true focus of more hardcore players, ranked solo duo matchmaking queues. You may queue alone or drag a friend along for the ride as you play games with slightly higher stakes of the normal games. Winning or losing in a ranked game grants or deducts league points from the summoner account. League points help to sort players into tiers, ranging from bronze to challenger, with the challenger tier being available only for the cream of the crop among League of Legends players. So, if you are a player with an insatiable competitive appetite, ranked queues are where you find your home. So that's it. Thank you for this and see you at Summoner's Rift.